Croeso up to the Extended Play PSN sale. I found over £620 worth of deals for you, so watch the whole video and subscribe so you can always save money on games. Okay, this sale ends on the 27th of October, so that'll be your last day to pick up these deals. Let's look at the games. Our first game is Assetto Corsa Ultimate Edition. It was released in 2018, so it's 3 years old, and is on an 80% discount for the price of £6.99, which is really good, because it includes all of the DLC, including the car packs and expansions. In this game you get to drive over 178 cars on 16 legendary circuits, such as the Nürburgring, with 33 track configurations, so there's quite a lot of content included for this price, and there's a variety of car types to race as well. So if you're looking for a racing game, you get a lot for your money in this deal, which means you'll have a lot of fun as well. Take a look. Borderlands Legendary Collection is next. It was released in 2020, so it's 1 year old, but it's a combination of games that are older than that, so keep that in mind. It's on a 60% discount for the price of £15.99, which isn't bad considering it's got 3 full games in it, as this collection includes Borderlands the Game of the Year edition, Borderlands 2, and Borderlands the pre-sequel. These games are first-person shooters, where you get to play a trilogy of awesome games set in the world of Pandora, where vault hunters search for rumoured ancient vaults, while dealing with the evil corporation that controls the lawless planet. These games also feature 2-player split-screen co-op and 4-player online co-op, so if you've got friends to play with, they're even more fun. These games basically invented the looter-shooter genre, so if you love collecting weapons and always finding upgrades, this is a really good set of games for you. They're basically RPG, the gun game. Take a look at them if you like the sound of that. Our next game is Control Ultimate Edition. It was released in 2020, so it's only a year old, and is on a 60% discount for the price of £13.19, which is pretty good as it includes both story expansions, so you do get quite a bit for your money. Now be careful when you buy this game because there are 2 versions. One of them is just for PS4, and one of them includes the PS5 version as well. Now, you can only get the one with the PS5 version from the PSN store or off a PS5. So if you've only got a PS4 and you want the PS5 version for the future, then you should log onto the PSN store website and buy it there, as that's the only way I think you can get it, and there's no free upgrade to the PS5 edition, so make sure you get the one that includes the PS5 edition. This game is a third-person action adventure where a corrupt presence has invaded the Federal Bureau of Control, and only you have the ability to stop it with your psychic abilities and weaponry. It features a Metroidvania-style map, side missions, ability upgrades, and challenging boss fights. This game got rave reviews when it came out. As it's a brand new franchise, it came out of left field and nobody was expecting it to be as good as it was. It did get into some problems later on though, where they announced that you won't get a free upgrade to the PS5 edition. But hey, I've given you a way to work around that right now, so that's not going to affect you, but people have been burned in the past. In any case, it's a great game. It includes all of the expansions, and you can get a version that includes the PS5 edition as well. Definitely worth checking out for anyone that likes action games. And hey, if you've never played one of these sorts of games before, then you should look elsewhere because you can get better deals. Although this is a great game, so if you're very tempted, you might want to get it anyway. We have a rally game next, Dirt Rally 2.0 Game of the Year Edition. It was released in 2019, so it's 2 years old, and is on an 80% discount for the price of £8.99, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really good deal. Because this edition includes 4 seasons of DLC, with 7 new locations, more than double the cars, 5 rallycross locations, and the flat-out pack, so you're getting a huge amount of DLC included. In this rally game, it features 26 challenging rally and rallycross locations, over 70 cars, including cars from the 2018 and 2019 FIA World Rallycross Championship seasons, and 8-player online multiplayer as well, so you're getting a lot of really good content for your money. In any case, if you're a rally fan, you should be looking at this game. We have a franchise reboot next, DMC Devil May Cry Definitive Edition. It was released in 2015, so it's 6 years old, and is on a 75% discount for the price of £8.74, which isn't bad. This is a third-person action game, and this edition has full HD 60 frames per second graphics, and includes all the past DLC content. In this reboot of the legendary series, you get to play as both Dante and Virgil, as they traverse the demonic world of Limbo, chaining together stylish combos with up to 8 unique weapons. The original franchise was a huge deal, and you can still pick them up in bundles every now and again. But this reboot got good reviews at the time, and people really liked it. It hasn't spawned a sequel and it's probably not going to at this point, but that still doesn't mean it's a bad game. It's decent, and if you'd played the originals, or you like this sort of game, it might just be worth your time. We have an RPG next, Elex. It was released in 2017, so it's 4 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for the price of £9.99, which is okay. In this game, you get to explore a post-apocalyptic science fantasy universe, where people fight for Elex, which can grant magical-like abilities. It features both futuristic and medieval areas, weapons and armor, with open-world exploration and a classless skill system. So there's a ridiculous amount of variety in the weapons and theme. Plus there's a load of flexibility in the class system, where there is no class and you can build exactly the way you want to build, mixing and matching the talents you like. I don't remember this game doing that well when it came out, but hey, it looks really decent, and at this price, it looks well worth it to me, especially with the fact that you get the medieval and futuristic content all in one RPG. That's very unique and different, and it definitely intrigues me. So if you fancy having a go at a very unique RPG, then why not take a look at it? And if you've never played an RPG before, then you should definitely check out some of the deals instead, because you can get some legendary AAA games at a much better price than this. We have some DLC next, Fallout 4 Season Pass Bundle. It was released in 2015, so it's 6 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £8.24, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really good deal. Especially if you got the free version on PS5, and you're looking for the expansions for it. The Season Pass allows you to hunt evil robots to scavenge their parts and create your very own robot companions in the Automatron expansion, throws in new construction items from the Wasteland Workshop and Contraptions Workshop expansions, and you get to explore new story expansions in the Far Harbor, Vault-Tec Workshop and Nuka World expansions. So it's quite a significant amount of content included, and like I said, DLC is not much cheaper than this usually, so if you've got the game for free and you want the DLC, this might just be for you. Our next game is Hitman 3 Access Pass Hitman 2 Gold. It was released in 2021, so it's brand new, and it's on an 80% discount for the price of £15.99, which is great value, as this DLC adds all of the locations from Hitman 1 and 2 into Hitman 3, which basically lets you play every level from the Hitman franchise in version 3, and that includes in VR as well, so that's an absolutely amazing deal, especially for players who've got a PSVR headset. I love Hitman. I've completed the first one, I've played a little or two, and I tell you what, I want to play them again in VR. I want this at some point, and I'll definitely be looking for number 3 to go on sale, so I can play it in VR. These games are great, and if you own the third one, and never played the first two, then you should definitely look at this. Especially if you've got a PSVR headset, you'll love it, I promise. Up next is my star buy, Kingdom Come Deliverance Royal Edition. This game came out in 2019, so it's 2 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £8.74, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and an absolutely phenomenal price, as it includes all 5 DLC expansions, the Treasures of the Past, From the Ashes, The Amorous Adventures of Worldseeker, The Band of Bastards, and A Woman's Lot. So you get a huge amount of story DLC expansions here, for a huge amount of extra gameplay for this price. This is a first-person RPG game, where you play as the son of a blacksmith, thrust into a civil war, and what's really cool about this game is that it was designed by people that based it on historical accounts, so the locations are real, the situations are real, the way of life is real. If you love medieval stuff, you'll love this game, you really will. If you're one of those kids that grew up wanting to be a knight and go to Camelot, this game is your dream come true, it really is. You get to live it out. Highly, highly recommended. Definitely take a look at it if you like anything to do with medieval stuff. I'd bet money on you having a good time, I'm that confident. It's my star buy, you should definitely check it out. Our next game is Monster Energy Supercross 2 Special Edition. It was released in 2019, so it's 2 years old, and it's on an 85% discount for the price of £6.74, which is really great. This edition includes the Season Pass with 9 extra DLCs, a credit multiplier, and a dynamic theme as well. This motocross game features an upgraded career mode, free ride in the compound training area, over 80 official riders from the 150SX and 450SX championships, over 3,000 customizations for your bike and rider, and you get to create or download custom tracks online as well. So that really adds longevity to the gameplay. This looks like a really great motocross game, and it includes a lot of official content as well, so if you really like motocross and especially the official stuff, you'll probably want to pick up one of these at some point, and this is a good deal. And if you've never played a motocross game before, then you should definitely look at some other deals because you can get them cheaper than this. Although they may not be the official games, they're still great value for money, so check them out in that case. We have a Shonen Jump game next, One Piece Worldseeker Deluxe Edition. It was released in 2019, so it's 2 years old, and is on an 85% discount for the price of £11.69, which is really good, as this edition includes 3 DLCs of episode packs and bonus items. This is an action-adventure game where you join Luffy on an action-packed adventure to a never-before-seen island. It features an original story by Eiichiro Oda, full of twists and turns, dynamic gum-gum fruit-infused action, and battles with familiar enemies from the series. So if you're a fan of One Piece, and you like the idea of an action-adventure star in the cast, you'll love this game and get a lot out of it. But if you're not a fan of One Piece, then you might want to take a look at this, but there's definitely other options for you to consider as well. Our next game is Resident Evil Revelations 2 Deluxe Edition. It was released in 2015, so it's 6 years old, and is on a 70% discount for the price of £7.49, which is really good. This edition includes all the story episodes, plus 2 extra episodes, costumes, and more raid mode content as well. So you do get a lot thrown in for free. In this survival horror, Claire Redfield returns as she and her co-workers are attacked and taken to a deserted island in the Baltic Sea full of mutated humans. And now you must try and escape, while switching between characters to use their unique skill sets and abilities. I'd never heard much about this game before, but it's got really good reviews, and a lot of people seem to think it's a return to form. So if you like the old games like Resident Evil 2, then you'll probably really enjoy this, but if you're more of a fan of the modern ones, then you might not like it so much. And if you've never played a Resident Evil game before, then I would definitely say to play the old ones first, or the new remake of Resident Evil 2. The old ones are really good and cheap on sale, and the remake of 2 takes a great game and modernizes the controls and features, so it's a lot more accessible to newer players. Either way, the Resident Evil franchise is amazing, and you should definitely check one of the games out at some point. They're great for a reason. Definitely take a look at one of them. We have a legendary fighting series next, Soulcalibur VI Deluxe Edition. It was released in 2018, so it's 3 years old, and it's on an 85% discount for the price of £11.99, which is pretty decent, as it includes 5 DLC packs of 5 characters and cosmetics that is worth £5, but they charge £25 because morals don't exist in the gaming industry. In any case, it's a great discount if you want the extra characters, and it's a great game ignoring the usual microtransaction rubbish. This is a long-running fighting game series that you really should have heard of by now. It's a really cool fighting game, and it's based around weapons instead of hand-to-hand combat, so that's what's unique about it. So check that out if you like the sound of the game and if you want some extra stuff as well. We have some old school games next. The Disney Afternoon Collection. It was released in 2017, so it's 4 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £3.99, which is awesome, as this edition features enhanced graphics, a museum full of behind-the-scenes content, plus new boss rush and time attack modes, so they've really added a lot to this gaming package. Which makes a change because Disney have a reputation for really screwing up old franchises these days, so it's nice to see they used to have a soul and cared at some point. Good job Disney, you used to be great. These games are platformers, and it includes 6 classic NES games, DuckTales 1 and 2, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers 1 and 2, Tailspin, and Darkwing Duck. All of these games are really good old school platformers, so if you're a fan of platformers, you'll really enjoy this, especially if you like the old school graphics, or classic Disney characters, then you'll really enjoy these games. And hey, if you've never played classic platformers before, then at this price, it's worth taking a look at because you get 6 for £4, which is great value. And they're really good quality ones as well, so you might want to check them out too. We have more survival horror next, The Sinking City Necronomicon Edition. It was released in 2019, so it's 2 years old, and it's on at least a 75% discount for the price of £15.49 or £9.29 with PS Plus, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really good deal for PS Plus users, although it's not very good if you don't have PS Plus, so you might want to skip it in that case. This edition includes £16 worth of DLC with 3 new quests and extra equipment as well, so you do get quite a bit of extra content in this version. This third-person survival horror game is inspired by H.P. Lovecraft, where you play a PI exploring the half-submerged city of Oakmont. investigating cases with multiple ways to solve each case, and try to uncover the truth of what has possessed the city and the minds of its inhabitants. Anyone that likes detective games or H.P. Lovecraft will have a lot of fun with this. But if you don't like horror games, or you're not that much of a fan of investigating, then stay clear and look at something else. We have a bike racer next, Valentino Rossi the Game Digital Deluxe. It was released in 2016, so it's 5 years old, and it's on an 85% discount for the price of £5.24, which is really good. This edition includes 7 DLCs, 10 avatars and 2 additional themes. This is basically a specially themed MotoGP game that includes the MotoGP 2016 season content, along with the additional historical MotoGP champions, featuring flat track races, drift competitions, rally challenges, and of course Valentino Rossi content. Basically one for fans of MotoGP that like Valentino Rossi. So if that's you, and you don't mind it being an older edition of MotoGP, check it out. And the final game I have for you is Wolfenstein II, the new Colossus Deluxe Edition. It was released in 2017, so it's 4 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for the price of £9.99, which is awesome, as this edition includes the season pass of 3 DLC story expansions, which is a huge amount of content for your money. In this FPS, you've been sent into Nazi-controlled America on a mission to recruit resistance leaders to fight back against the Nazis in iconic American locations. It features an arsenal of awesome guns and new abilities to play with. This reboot of the old school series got a lot of praise when it came out, and the first game and its expansion are amazing, and this one's just as good. So if you like old school shooters with great story and fun gunplay, you'll really enjoy this. And if you've never played a modern shooter with old school gameplay before, then you might want to check out some of the deals because you can get them cheaper than this, including the first game and its expansion. They're often on sale for less than this, so take a look around in that case. And that's all the games I have for the Extended Play PSN sale. Hey, did you hear that EA hasn't got the FIFA license anymore? That's awesome. EA don't have a soul and they've been driving that franchise into the ground, so it'd be nice to see someone else pick up the franchise and give it a go instead. And hey, can you imagine if Sony or Microsoft bought the license and made an exclusive game to compete with EA's? Oof, that'd be a big seller if they pulled that one off. I think it's a genius move, but I don't run Sony, though it probably won't happen, because the people running Sony aren't as smart as I am. Anyway, what did you think of the games I picked? Were they good? Were they bad? And what about my star buy? Did it deserve it, or was there something else that should have had it instead? Leave all your complaints down in the comments and we can argue about it later. I hope you guys found some games you're interested in, but more importantly I hope you guys saved a lot of money. I'll see you guys in the next sale. Hoil Vour.